Hi friend, my name is Lubuto and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button. This might come as a shock to you, but everyone in the world needs money, and that includes governments. So today we're learning the two basic ways in which we can lend money to the government, which is through Treasury bills and government bonds. Treasury bills are government-backed debt obligations with a maturity of 1 year or less. Government bonds are government-backed debt obligations with a maturity of 2 years or more. So basically, when you think of treasury bills, just think of you lending money to the government for 1 year or less. And when you think of bonds, think of you lending money to the government for 2 years or more. Before going any further, you can also define what the term maturity means. So maturity simply means the time that the government takes to repay back the principal amount or how much it owes you. The main advantage with treasury bills and government bonds is the government-backed securities, and the government always pays back the debt that they owe you. We'll dive deep into the sea of treasury bills and just find out more about them. So treasury bills basically run for 91 days, 182 days, 273 days, or 364 days. If you've understood all this in such a short space of time, you're very smart. Give yourself a thumbs up. So with that, I'll just explain for you how we make money using treasury bills. The principal amount is the amount that you lend to the government. The yield is a percentage that you get out of it. So we get to learn that for treasury bills, it's a one-time payment after maturity. For us to understand it better, we'll use numbers. Let's say you invest $1,000 and you lend it to the government as a treasury bill. The yield is 20%. So after 1 year, you get back your $1,000 and the 20%, which adds up to $1,200. If you sell it before that, you usually get less. Bonds are the real deal. Maybe that's why they're named after James Bond. Because for bonds, you don't get a one-time payment. Every 6 months, you get paid. And at the end of the maturity period, you get paid your entire amount. So bonds are the real deal. Nice, you guys. I just want bonds. So for bonds, they run for a period of 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, 7 years, 10 years, and 15 years. We said the coupon is the amount that you get to receive every 6 months. So let's say you invest $1,000 and the maturity period is 15 years. So it means every 6 months you get to receive 15% of that amount, which means you receive $300 per year for 15 years, and then that gives you a total of $4,500 plus the principal amount that you earlier invested, which brings your total to about $5,500. Survive this long, you guys just deserve the best life has to offer. Be sure to subscribe and to like the video. You get to find out about bonds or treasury bills. It's usually done through the central government. Every last Friday of the month, the government or the central bank gets to advertise bonds, and it says, for example, guys, we need 1 million kwacha or $1 million, and anyone who has money that they can lend out gets to lend out that money. It's not something that's done individually. You go to your commercial bank. Let's say you have an account with First National Bank. So you approach your bank and you tell them you're interested in bonds and treasury bills, and they'll advise you on how to go about it. The most important thing and the reason why you go to the bank is they give you a guarantee telling the government that person X will be able to pay this amount of money when the bond or the bill is given to them. Guys, I forgot to share one vital thing with you. Bonds and treasury bills actually have more advantages than shares. For bonds and treasury bills, you're guaranteed of a specific amount to be paid every 6 months and at the end of the maturity, whereas for shares, sometimes share prices might drop, other times the dividend might be low, other times it might be high. So bonds are always less risky compared to shares. And if you missed my video on shares, be sure to watch it. Another thing about bonds and treasury bills is that they're liquid investments. It means you can easily sell them and convert them back to cash. You don't always have to wait for the maturity period of maybe 1 year for the treasury bills, or 15 years, 5 years, 7 years for the bonds. When you get tired of them, or maybe you find a better opportunity, you can always sell them. But if you sell them before time, in most cases you don't get to reap the entire amount that you'd have gotten had you just showed a bit of patience. Go. I would like you to engage a bit. What did you find to be the most interesting thing about bonds and treasury bills? What don't you understand? What are your questions? If you have them, just leave them in the comments down below and I'll be sure to respond to your questions. So check out the description so that you can find out more details from the Bank of Zambia website. Having just one stream of income will make you rich. Having multiple streams of income will give you generational wealth. If you found this to be useful, be sure to share it with someone. Thank you. You guys are now lending money to the government. God when? Must be nice. Utunensu.